No thanks.
Hi. I think this is the first time I've probably spoken to the camera in this vlog. We've come back to Staffordshire to pick up my completed custom wheelchair. We've got the appointment tomorrow. We need to see to make sure the measurements are right, everything fits. They're going to show us how to do this and that. You know, they're just going to make sure everything's okay. And then, touch wood, we get to go home with it tomorrow, which is awesome. I didn't really film me packing or anything like that, so if you are wondering the kind of stuff that I would pack for a night away while being, you know, chronically ill and stuff, watch my previous vlog because I went into detail with that, but I just didn't think that I needed to do it again because, you know, that made the vlog really long and I've literally packed the same stuff. So I thought I would do a hotel tour because we're staying in a much better hotel, which is half the price. So yeah. Where's my, oh, it's all the way over there. Okay, well, it's flat floor, so I don't really need my walking sticks. So this is our door. So you come in the room, there's some coat hooks. This is a accessible room, so, which is quite nice because everything's a bit lower. So there's like a coat rack there. We've got some of my stuff hanging up. We've got plugs, hairdryer. We've got a beautiful makeup mirror. I love hotels that have mirrors like that because, I mean, 10 times better lighting than I have in my own house, so pretty cool. And then you got the bathroom here. It's got one of these sliding doors. So you walk in, it's a walk-in shower obviously, so you've got the toilet racks, you've got the toilet, you've got all your handles. That, which is wrapped up there, which pisses me off so much, it's actually illegal to do that, so I'll unwrap it when we leave. If you ever go into a disabled toilet and you see that wrapped up, just unwrap it if you can, if you have the ability to unwrap it, because, you know, obviously if I was to have a fall, how the fuck am I going to reach that? Like, let's be real. We've got a nice sink, we've got some handles, which is quite cool, nice light, another towel rack, and then a really big walk-in shower, which is pretty cool. Lots of handles, which is brilliant. The only annoying thing is this light doesn't seem to work, so I think once I pull the curtains it's going to be kind of dark and my vision is not great, but that's fine. And then you come out here, we've got another mirror here, and then this is the room. So you just got desk, standards. It's just a standard hotel room, but it's pretty cool. This is quite cool, even though I can't drink. This is a bottle opener here, and it says cheers. TV, menus and stuff. We're not getting food from the hotel because I'm vegan, so there's a vegan restaurant 4 minutes away from where we live, and they said that they would do us takeaway, so we're having that tonight, and then we're going there tomorrow morning for breakfast, so I'm super excited. We've got usual setup. I bought my own tea and stuff like that. A wheelchair, that's a door that doesn't open, sorry, it's locked, so that's for an adjoining room. We've got the window here, nice chair, a huge open space, so if you are a full-time wheelchair user, that would be good. And this bed is super comfortable and quite low down, which would be good if you have to do wheelchair transfers, because it would be quite good, but for me to have to sit down on it is quite difficult. Sorry if I sound out of breath, I've been having some breathing problems recently. So we've got two little lights up there, bedside table. I will say the plugs near the beds are crap. So I have one plug here, which I've got my phone plugged into at the moment, but at night I use this heating pad on my legs so I can fall asleep, so which means I'm probably going to have to plug my phone in over there. overnight. I do have a portable charger I could use, I suppose, but I'm thinking actually if I plug my phone in over there and set the alarm loud enough, it will make me get out of bed on time, so might be a blessing. And then David's sleeping on that side and he doesn't have a plug at all, so it's kind of annoying. We've got like some buttons there for like emergencies and stuff like that, which is quite cool. So yeah, it is a basic hotel room, but it is so much better than the one that we stayed at before. It's half the price. It's a Premier Inn, so they're usually pretty good. The bed feels so much more comfortable, so I'm anticipating we'll be able to get to sleep before 3 AM, because that's the time I fell asleep in the last place. I was about to sign off and then David sent me a message. He's gone to pick up the food and has sent me a picture of this. Can you see that? It's just the dog. I don't know why. I'll try and remember to take a shot of my food because I'm really excited to see what it's like. Last time we stayed here I had to have an M&S meal deal because that was the only thing that was near our hotel, so I could have food. And we had a spoons breakfast in the morning, which actually was pretty good, but I'm hoping this is going to be 10 times better. So I thought maybe I should just briefly go over why I've decided to get a custom wheelchair and not continue using that one. So I have quite bad chronic pain, chronic fatigue. I seem to have muscle weakness everywhere. I seem to be having a bit of a problem with my muscles. Basically, a little update. Let me start this again. Maybe I should start with what's happened to me in the last 3 months since filming the other vlogs. So I have seen a neurologist and I've been seeing a respiratory doctor because I've been having some problems with my breathing, and we did a full lung function test, we did a bar and swallow, we did loads of other things, and my test results were completely normal apart from one part of the lung function test. It was a little bit weird. I go into more detail on my Instagram, so I'll link that below, the actual post, just so you can read that over, because I'm pretty fatigued and tired and I'm babbling on because I've had to take extra pain medication. So basically the conclusion that the consultant has come under with the other symptoms I've been having that led me to be referred to a neurologist, he suspects that I might have a muscle disease or disorder where my muscles are either just weakening or what's the word, not disappear, like wasting. We've noticed it in my legs physically. The muscles in my legs have gotten a lot smaller, even though I'm trying to do physio. I've not lost weight. In fact, I've put on weight, so it's definitely not due to like weight loss or anything like that. I wish. So I've had a brain MRI, you know, we're doing all that. The respiratory doctor has referred me to a professor at the Royal Brompton in London, and I'm going to see him. He specialises in respiratory medicine, but to do with people that have muscle problems that affect their respiratory ability. It's quite confusing. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to go into detail because I'm pretty sure my blood sugar is a little bit low. I'm super tired. I am just babbling. I mean, before this happened anyway, we were very aware that my mobility is getting a lot worse. I can't leave the house unless I'm using a wheelchair, and been having a lot of problems with my wheelchair as of late. I unfortunately don't get any funding, I don't get any help, but basically the reason why I bought just a normal standard manual chair. It was okay, it was a bit heavy to push, it's a bit uncomfortable. We went on holiday and on the way back Gatwick bent it slightly. It wasn't bent enough. I didn't want to go through, I had insurance on it, I didn't want to go through the insurance. I filed a complaint, but I didn't go through insurance because it was barely bent that much, and I needed to use it, so I couldn't have them take it away and then give me a replacement that was just completely unusable for me to use, blah blah blah. My partner managed to sort of unbend it, but after that it was just never comfortable again. So I saved up and we bought this wheelchair that kind of looks like a normal manual wheelchair. Has brakes at the top, which my partner kind of wanted, and it's got a lot of levers and stuff, and basically, what if I get on the ground? You can change the centre of gravity on this wheelchair, so you can put the seat back, you can move the wheels, forward, and you can move the wheels further back on the frame, and that changes your centre of gravity while sitting in the chair, which can be good. I thought would be good for me, because if I was using the chair in one position for a little while and then it was starting to become uncomfortable, we could move it, and you know, that would apply pressure to different areas of my body. But unfortunately, I was led to believe that was easy. It's not. You need tools and you need everything to be able to do it. It was an absolute ball ache, and even then it's just not comfortable, because manual chairs, when you buy them bog standard store-bought, they are just like this, just a complete 90-degree angle, and that's not a good angle for your body to sit at for long periods of time. It doesn't relieve any pressure from your hips. It can cause you more chronic pain. I just find this chair so uncomfortable. It's extremely heavy for me to push because of all the fancy doodads, and it was making me miserable. So it was making me not want to, you know, I barely leave the house as it is, but on days where I feel like I can manage it, I still need to use a wheelchair to leave the house, and I didn't want to use this because it was causing me more pain. So, you know, we finally came to the conclusion, you know, we've tried different chairs, tried different solutions, and we just, you know, we thought we would inquire about how a custom wheelchair would benefit me. And when we went to the assessment, you know, I talked about it in the last vlog, it was amazing. I sat in a chair at the assessment that almost fit me perfectly, and I couldn't believe how comfortable I could feel in a wheelchair, and that's really saying something about a person who is in chronic pain constantly. So yeah, that's just a brief overview. You know, I could go on for days about why I need to use certain mobility equipment, but yeah, that's just a brief overview.
Miles away, passive with the things you say, blame it all.
So we got back a couple of days ago, again a bit like in my last vlog. We got home and I was just super tired, needed a couple of days to rest, but I thought I'd show you my new custom wheelchair. I'm so excited. Also, there was no Lily in the vlog. Hey, look here. Oh, hello. It has been super cold here. It's been snowing for the last couple of days. It never snows where I live in England. Yes, I know, right? It never snows. Okay, so the new custom wheelchair. We were only there for about half an hour picking it up. Sorry about how I look. We were only there for about half an hour. We just went over, I sat in it, I made sure all the measurements are right. I have a adjustable foot plate, so we just made sure that was the right height, and we adjusted the lumbar support in the cushion, the backrest. He got me to go outside to go up and down their ramp, which I was super nervous about because I can't usually push myself on outside surfaces. So basically, if it's not a shop, I can't push myself. Sorry if you can hear Lily's claws on the floor. Oh, I just realised this is also on the Sorry about that noise. I just realised the dehumidifier was on. That was probably super annoying. Yeah, so I went up and I went down the ramp, which was okay, and then I managed to push myself up the ramp. The ramp was like bricked, so it wasn't smooth or anything. It's insane how much this wheelchair, it's just an absolute game changer. Like, we went from the wheelchair assessment to a Tesco's to grab some lunch, and then we wanted to hit the road. I used the wheelchair, I got in it out of the car, I pushed myself outside by myself into the shop, got myself up a little curb. It was a drop curb, but drop curbs in this country are like shit. They're not actually flush to the ground. I mean, it was only like this, but this is incredible. Like, it's yeah, and I pushed myself around the whole shop. I didn't need help once, and it was absolutely insane. So let me show you. This is my new custom wheelchair. So it is chrome, polished chrome. I've got these little leg protectors here. I actually ordered these not when we ordered the chair, but through email, just because watching people put my old chair into the car and just not being very careful used to make me cringe. And this polished chrome can obviously get scratched really easily, but the upside of having a polished chrome is if it gets scratched, we can buff it out ourselves at home. Like, it will take a bit of work, but if I got a powder coat colour, obviously if you scratch it really badly that it takes the colour off, you can't really fix that. So, and I just loved how the chrome looked. Like, I just love how it looks. I've got all my embroidery bits are in purple. Well, they said it was purple, but I would say that's more of a pinky purple. But yeah, I've got a little underseat bag, which is so handy. I put my phone in it. I've got my wheelchair gloves in there at the moment. Hello. I got these from Halfords like years ago. They're just bog standard women's cycling gloves. We've got that. We've got the calf strap, obviously, that just comes with it. And I got my caster wheels are in purple. And I've got all these little tips. Hi! All these little tips and stuff that are in purple. Because I said in my last vlog, I really liked the coloured wheelchairs, but obviously I want this wheelchair to last me years, and I might have gotten to a point, you know, in a few years' time, I wouldn't want to be rolling around. Oh my goodness. Calm down. I wouldn't want to be rolling around, I might not want to be rolling around in a coloured wheelchair, so I thought chrome was sleek and stylish, but this was just a little bit of touch to add a little bit of colour, a little bit of personality. And this stuff can be changed fairly easily. Like, I can't do it myself, but these just pop out. They're just covering the bolts and stuff inside. So a few years down the line, if I get sick of the purple, you know, it's not too much trouble just to order new caps, you know, new caster wheels, and I just get a plainer colour, and you know, I don't have to get a whole new wheelchair. So that's pretty cool. I've got scissor kick brakes, which are awesome. So they're not bulky, they're not sticking out like these brakes. I don't know if you can see them. These brakes here. They can get a bit bulky, they get caught on stuff, you know, this, that and the other. It's just scissor kick brakes are just cool because they're just out the way. You can't see them. The chair is so lightweight, like even to push it is just absolutely insane. The scissor kicks, one of them on one side is quite stiff, but they'll stiffen up, but I really don't have good hand strength, so that's not a problem. I would, to be honest, even though I struggle, I would rather them be too stiff than, you know, not stiff enough, because they've got to be stopping me, you know, rolling about. I've got carbon fibre side guards. I went for the ones that mould over the wheels like that, because it gives me a good place to apply pressure when getting out of the chair. And obviously side guards just keep your clothes from rubbing on the wheels and getting dirty and all that kind of stuff. I went for the bog standard wheels in grey. I actually thought they were going to be a darker grey, but that's so cosmetic, that doesn't really matter. I went for these upgraded, what are these called? Like the rims that you use to push. I can't remember what they're called, but basically you usually get either plastic ones like this, or you get like chrome ones, which are, you know, they can be cold, they're slippery or whatever, but these ones have rubber on them, so it gives you that extra grip, and they are, honestly, that's probably the best upgrade I made on this chair. After using it, trying to get up the ramp, it made such easy work of it, and it was awesome. So I'm really happy I got those. We've got some more purple in there. The wheels just pop off. To get it in the car, this is a rigid frame. So yeah, it doesn't fold down, but it's, you know, it's so compact. You could probably get the wheels and the frame in someone's boot, or just do what we've been doing. You just put the frame in the back of the car and the wheels in the boot, and you're set to go. I went for the Sport anti-tip, so it's just one anti-tip. You can rearrange it and put it in the middle and stuff like that. It is very low to the ground at the minute, I will say. You know, you can barely get the caster wheels off the ground while it's like that, but I want it set that low at the moment because obviously going from a chair that is probably twice the weight to going to this chair, it takes getting used to. It is very tippy, and that makes me feel a lot safer. And I can do my own kind of like, so you kind of have to do a wheelie to get up on, you know, to get over some lips in shops and some drop curbs if they're not very low. And it's amazing that I kind of feel confident doing that. And I've only done it a couple of times, but that's because this is so low, because this is going to catch me before, you know, I've barely even got off the ground. So once I've gotten a bit more used to the chair, we'll probably bring it up a little bit. And yeah, that's that. I had to get these handlebars. So most of the chairs come with just handlebars on the back of the seat because a lot of wheelchair users don't need people to push, but with my fatigue and muscle weaknesses, you know, even in this chair I wouldn't be able to push forever when we were out and about. So you just unclamp it like that, and these slide up and stop in place, and then you can obviously adjust the height. There we go, so say that's the height you wanted it, and then you do the other one, and then you've got push bars for the people that need to push me, and the height is adjustable, which is great because the main people who push me in my wheelchair is my boyfriend David. He is nearly 6 foot, and then my mum, who is 5 foot. So in my old chair, the handles are too high for my mum, and she kind of struggles to push me a lot. So if I had gotten those handlebars that just go on the back, that would have been perfect for my mum. But for David, he would have been like hunched over pushing me like that, which isn't comfortable and isn't good for him. So we've got these adjustable ones. This was the thing I was most worried about because I couldn't envision how far they were going to stick out. I was worried it was going to make the chair bulky. Honestly, they're fine, and even when they're up, they're not getting in the way of my shoulders pushing because they're not against the chair. Can you see that? So they're not right against the chair, so they're not interfering with me. But the perfect thing is that if I don't need to be pushed, they can be pushed down like this, folded back round. They're not touching the floor, so they're not dragging on the floor, so you don't need to like take them off or anything. I then get to push myself without having handlebars and things in the way, because sometimes when you're in shops, kind of worried about the spatial awareness in front of you, and then I might go into, you know, pass a rack of clothes, and then my handlebars will be like dragging things along with me in the shop. So I can just put those down, they're out of the way, so then I am as small as possible being in a chair. And that's basically the whole point of a custom wheelchair, is that it fits you, so it's as small as possible, so it's not in the way. Because when you buy a store-bought standard wheelchair, they're so big, you know. The foot plates are out in front of you, whereas a chair like this, they're underneath you, so they're not in the way, they're not sticking out. The caster wheels go off to the side, so they're not out here. You know, it's just about being, you can get through tighter spaces. So yeah, so when I'm sat in it, I can barely see the wheelchair because it is just so fitted to me, and it's so light. The backrest is so comfortable. Thank you, Lily. Can you out the way? Beep beep. The backrest is so comfortable because it doesn't come up very high, which means it gives me space for my shoulders to use full momentum instead of my shoulders being blocked by high backrests and high handlebars, where it just makes it hard for me to push because I was like this. But now I can, you know, put my shoulders right back and I'm good to push and, you know, protect my posture, which is great. Yeah, I'm super happy. You know, there were times after we'd been to the assessment and I put the deposit down, that was over 3 months ago. So there were times where I was thinking, this is so much money, I don't know if it's worth it, because, you know, I just didn't know, and I started doubting myself. But I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. Honestly, this chair, I just feel so much more comfortable physically, mentally, and my confidence is just sky high now because I can maneuver this chair incredibly easily. And I know that I'm going to fit into tight spaces, and I know, you know, it's like driving a new car. It takes time, but I know that now I am smaller. You know, I don't need to be so worried about, oh, I can't fit through that doorway or that gap in a shop, or my foot plates are going to be in the way and I'm not going to be able to get under this chair at this restaurant. And it's just things like that. It's just gone. So I'm really hoping I can now leave the house more in this wheelchair. Yeah. I'm just so happy. Obviously, like I said, we went through Tesco's a little bit, and I got out the car and used it in a service station, and it was really good. But we're taking it for an actual test run at the weekend. We're gonna go shopping, so maybe I'll update a little bit more then, maybe in this video or in a new video, or maybe on my Instagram. But I'm so happy. Lily, are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? Come here. Up. Oh, you're pushing me away. That's how light this chair is. She can push me. She can push me away in it.